Hi and welcome. So today I want to talk about commitment and how commitment is so important to resolving your emotional eating. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and emotional eating expert. And today I wanted to talk about commitment because someone asked me on my own emotional eating journey, what was the main thing that kept me going? And that was really my commitment to resolving my emotional eating. At that point, when I was going through this, I realized that I was committed no matter what, even though the diets and all the things that I was doing, it wasn't working. And even though I hit a lot of rock bottoms, the thing that pulled me through it was my commitment to resolving this pattern, to feeling good, to moving forward in my life. There was no question for me that, I would just give up and sit on the couch or something like that. There was always this fire moving me forward. And some days were better than others, but I just kept moving forward because I had this deeper commitment, because I just knew deeply that there was something more that was going on, that there wasn't something wrong with me like I thought there was, even though that's what I felt I was being told, that there was something more. And, I'm glad I stuck with it, because I got to sort of move through all the things my clients move through. I had many more trial and error and experiences with that, but it helps me to guide them. And so, what really made me committed was that inner kind of knowing. But along the way, I tried and failed at a lot of diets. I got caught up in the next, diet and the next thing that was going to save me. And I'd be so agitated and excited. I say agitated now, but it was just like this overstimulation of I'm going to do that and that's going to get me the results. And I'm so excited. And it's like, fix me, please. And what I realized time and time again with each diet, I just saw the pattern. They were just doing the same thing. It's the same restriction. You might cut out, protein or carb or whatever, but it never focused you back on yourself. I didn't really understand myself. I was constantly reaching for something external to me. And, then you do a diet and you fail and your motivation runs out. This is what I see in clients as well. Their motivation runs out because it's not working for them. It's not sustainable. And, as you're moving through this journey, as I was moving through this journey, I was, I tried diets, I had gone to therapy, I'd done personal training and working out, and even saw a holistic nutritionist, and nothing was really working. I had all of these experiences and tried all these different modalities, and I literally reached a breaking point because nothing was working. I hit a really big rock bottom, and on many levels. And eventually following that, I moved to Korea, and I just was like, I'm not doing anything. I threw everything out the window because nothing was working. And I swung to this other extreme of like, I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to do whatever I want. And so by living, when I was living in Korea, I ate a lot of fried foods. I ate a lot of things that I thought I wanted to eat, but in my body felt awful. Like I felt really gross. I felt really sick. And so, I really wanted to eat these things, but I wasn't feeling good. And so that was one place where I started realizing I need to figure out a way where I'm eating things that I want to eat and they feel good in my body, because I was just not physically feeling well. And so, it's sort of like, I reached this point where I knew there was something more. There had to be something more, because I wasn't, cut out for this life of this struggle of I want this, but I don't, like this internal conflict. And so the way my brain and I kind of work in my life, with what I've seen looking back, is that I have a lot of different experiences and I kind of try things out. And then I'll know, I kind of put things together and I know the things that worked, and I can kind of evaluate, like, this kind of worked, this was helping, and I start putting the pieces together. And of course, looking back, that's what became my methodology in my program. But, when I sort of hit that wall where I was like being free, and this is such a false intuitive eating where you're feeling free, but you're feeling awful in your body. It's not intuitive. Your mind, these need to be aligned. You can't just decide you want pizza and then feel like crap. It has to be an aligned choice. And you can obviously choose to eat pizza and not feel great as well. Just saying that, intuitive eating is supposed to serve all of you. That's how I look at it. So then, basically I started to put pieces together and I started to figure out what worked for my body and tune into my body, nourishing it, starting to dig deeper into what is emotional eating, why are these things happening to me, starting to understand the patterns under the surface. And also at that point, I had really been into a lot of psychology and shadow work, and I knew emotions lived in the body. I knew all these little pieces, but I hadn't put them together. So when I was going through my journey, I just started, if I read a book like on meditation, or even I read Eat, Pray, Love, and I was trying out different things that they were talking about, people's different experiences on what was happening with me. And so over time, I started to realize what was going on and becoming more aware of my emotional eating. And so what got me through all of that was my commitment to just feeling good and to finding a way. And each time I found something that worked, I committed to it and I added it into my day-to-day life, and I kept going because it made me feel good. There was no push or struggle. Like if you're doing something for 3 months and you're still struggling, that's not for you. There's something more going on. If you're doing something and you can sustain it and it becomes effortless, that's more for you. And that's what a lot of the diets are doing. They're so misaligned that they're telling you to keep doing this, but it's not sustainable. There's something out of sync there, and there's not that deeper work. Because maybe it is the right way for you to eat, but there's something blocking you, so you have to go deeper. And so when I committed to myself, I committed to that deeper work as well. So another commitment was I was going to do anything it took, and I was also going to commit to the deeper work because it worked. So the deeper work is not every single day, but whenever my emotional eating would come up or looking at my patterns, doing that deeper work of what was going on under the surface. And that was another commitment I made to really understanding what was going on, not be taken away by another, diet, or like it's like a butterfly or something glittery just takes your attention away from what's really going on. And every time that I've come back to what's really going on and really sink into that discomfort, or what's really presenting, that's where the results happen, and that's where we move forward. And so, along my journey, I committed, and everything that worked for me, I kept it in my life. And that's what I see with clients when they do something. There are a lot of things we do in the program. At first, we start off with true nourishment, and when they add these things in, it feels good in their body. So they're going to commit to it. They're going to do it, and they will be able to sustain that. And then we get into the deeper work under the surface, not just, the things on the surface. There's all this other under the surface, deeper work into the subconscious, into our patterns and what's going on. And if you commit, if you understand what's going on there and you commit, you're going to resolve your emotional eating. And so this is where sustainable change happens, because you relearn a new way of nourishing your body. You move away from, these restrictive diets that are just on the surface, because you're connecting it up to what you truly need, what your body needs, its rhythms, its rituals, what it needs in terms of movement, etc. And looking and being with your emotions on this deeper level that are not talked about at all. And these are the core things we need to look at. And so for me, on the surface, you might look like you have all the things there. I might eat similarly that I did before, or work out similarly, or all of these things, but the deeper work, it comes from a different place. The way I choose to eat, the way I move my body, and especially the way I am with my emotions and processing them. We just get deeper and deeper into the process. And when we are doing this deeper work, the changes will reflect on the outside. And sometimes we might not need to make any changes, but they're just more effortless to do them. So, drinking water won't feel as a simple example, as strenuous, or you'll start understanding your needs more. Your body is so intelligent. You are so intelligent. And when we move through these layers, you get to come back to your body and your truth, and you're healthy. And that's something along my journey that I committed to, was my healthy. I just wanted to be my healthy, not what the BMI or the food pyramid or whatever said. I always came back. I wanted to just be my healthy, and I didn't know what that was going to look like physically, but I was just committed to that. So there's a lot of these little commitments you make to yourself, and you want it to feel good and that you're on track, because that's going to make you move forward. And it's going to help you create consistency and resolve this pattern, because it does take some time. It doesn't take as long as the many years it took me when I guide clients. It's much shorter. It's just, 3 months at the minimum. And then, they walk away without having their emotional eating, which is so amazing, because I get to shrink all of that time that I did my trial and error down into this step-by-step process that helps them to connect with themselves. So it's really amazing. So that is, if you have commitment on your journey, it's going to serve you really well. And I just want to say, if what, I'm saying is resonating with you and you're looking for that additional support and guidance on your journey to help you move through this with more ease and with sort of a pathway, then I'd love to invite you to check out the Emotional Eating Evolution program. I'll link it below. And if you have any questions or comments for me, please let me know as well. And please be sure to like and subscribe. And I look forward to sharing more with you. And I hope you have a great day.